Alright, before I start teaching CSS, I want to talk a bit about what CSS is. So CSS has been around since 1996, and essentially what its purpose is to target HTML and change how it looks. HTML, as you probably know, doesn't look very good on its own. So I'm going to show you an example. So this is what a website looks like with CSS styles. And I'm going to show you what it looks like without them. So this is a web developer plugin for Google Chrome. And you can come here. There's a bunch of things you could do. But I'm just going to go to CSS, disable the styles. And this is what the HTML of that website looks like. So it just looks like a basic web document. It's still functional. You can still, this is a lorem ipsum website, and you could change the theme of the lorem ipsum. You can make it like food or travel, whatever you want. You could click this to refresh. You could change the size, make it large. Anyways, that's not the point. So the point is that you can, after you apply all the different CSS styles to this web page, it goes from that basic boring HTML to what you see right here, which is a pretty nice looking website. And the latest edition of CSS, CSS 3, has brought a lot of new additions to CSS that previously were not available. You would have to use JavaScript to do certain things, but now you can do it with just pure CSS code. And some of those things include having semi-transparent colors. You could make rounded corners like you see on a lot of websites, and you can see that right here on these social media buttons. The corners aren't sharp. They like round a little bit. So that's a pretty good style. You can make shadows now on your boxes and on text. There's a shadow right here. It's very subtle, but there's a shadow. You can make gradients now with CSS. I don't think there's any gradients on this website right now, but you can make linear gradients or radial gradients, and that's pretty cool. And you can do that just with basic CSS. I'm going to show you how you could do that too. And you could also use media queries to change how your website looks when the screen gets to a certain size. So for example, on this website right here, if you make the screen smaller, you'll see it just completely changed. So this website right here, if you're using it here, it still looks pretty good. Like, it's still usable. And they're doing that with media queries. So they're saying when the screen gets pretty small, I'm not exactly sure what size this is, but when the screen gets to this size, it's basically adding a bunch of new styles that are targeting the HTML and styling it in a different way. So you can see that there. Another thing that you could do with CSS 3 is animations and transitions. And I'm going to be showing that towards the end of the course. Animations and transitions are really great, and they can make a website look and feel very modern. And honestly, you'd be able to make an entire course just on CSS, animations, and transitions. And you know, some people probably do. There's books about it. You could buy books about CSS animations. But this course is just going to be covering the more basic, just how they work. I'm not going to be teaching you how to like make a crazy scene with all animating things over it. It's not going to be like that. Anyway, so that's going to be it for this video.